Yo, what's up guys, it's the MMA Analyst here to give you my betting picks for UFC on Fox 2. Let's get right down to it with the main event, Rashad Evans versus Phil Davis. I think what I'm going to do from this point on is I kind of do for the main card a pretty decent breakdown of what I think is going to happen in my regular predictions video. So I would suggest watching those videos. I'm still going to give a slight prediction breakdown in these. And then anything that I don't cover that I cover here, like the undercard stuff, then I'll give a more in-depth breakdown there. But for the Rashad Evans fight, as I did say, I am very confident that Rashad Evans has all the tools to beat Phil Davis, and Phil Davis has very little tools to beat Rashad Evans. Phil Davis on the feet, his stand-up, he's very poor. He's afraid to get hit. I don't think he likes to strike. Rashad does have knockout power. He is kind of, tricky, especially for a wrestler. Phil Davis has a reach advantage, but again, what's a reach advantage if you're not going to actually try and hit your opponent? Phil Davis also does do a lot of ugly kicks. They're probably more ugly than they need to be because before he even lands his foot, he'll try to avoid a counter strike. I've got Rashad Evans being better everywhere and really beating up Phil Davis. The only problem I have is, Rashad Evans has been injured a couple times, and also he has had a little bit of an issue with gassing. He's gassed in his last couple fights that went to the distance with both Rampage and with Thiago Silva. But I don't know if that's going to be a big problem here. Rashad will be, I think, in control of this fight. I'm going to go with a diamond pick for Rashad Evans. If Phil Davis shows that he can hang with Rashad Evans, let alone win, just if he can hang with him, I will be extremely surprised. Wow, just extremely surprised. Next fight, Chael Sonnen versus Michael Bisping. Diamond pick for Chael Sonnen. The odds are not that great. For Chael, minus 475. Look, it comes down to this. Chael Sonnen's getting the takedown. And if Michael Bisping finds a way back to his feet, he's going to take him down again. And he's going to be on top of him for 3 straight rounds. The only chance Michael Bisping has is a submission off his back. If Michael Bisping pulls a submission off his back, well then, wow. He won't have been the first person, but yeah, it will be very surprising. I see Bisping getting absolutely just manhandled, continuously punched to the face, tired, trying to get to his feet, trying to move around, and just Sonnen controlling. Man, if Michael Bisping gets a submission off of his back or finds a way to stuff takedowns or whatever he needs to do to win the fight, it'll be that's a massive upset in my opinion. I do have Chael Sonnen winning this fight by decision, and it is a diamond pick. Demian Maia versus Chris Weidman. This one's tough. Chris Weidman took the fight at late notice, 10 days notice. There's a lot of people talking about his jiu-jitsu and how he went into Abu Dhabi and did decent against Andre Galvao and did all of this different stuff, and that how good his grappling is, and that he does train with Sarah Longo, which is, Matt Serra, and just, how his ground game is solid. All of that really doesn't mean much to me. I mean, I did watch the fight, or the grappling. That's the biggest thing you have to realize. The grappling match between him and Andre Galvao, and it doesn't say much. Andre Galvao starts on his butt, and he's butt scooting, and he's catching Weidman in triangles, arm bars, sweeps, all types of stuff. So and Demian Maia is still at a higher level than even Galvao, so and there's no punching either. So all of that is just shows that Weidman is a solid grappler, Division I wrestler. He is the favorite, which I was very surprised to see. I say all of this to say I do think Demian Maia is going to win. However, I am a little, more than a little iffy on it. I'm going to go with the silver pick for Demian Maia, who is, the underdog. and he was at plus 125. He was training full camp, you know, world-class grappler, fighting a very good grappler on 10 days notice. I gotta go with Demian Maia. Chris Weidman's gonna have to prove me wrong, so silver pick for Demian Maia. Next, Evan Dunham versus Nick Lentz. Look, Nick Lentz is a wrestler that only knows how to wrestle. Evan Dunham is a wrestler who also knows how to strike. He's going to be able to go toe-to-toe when it comes to wrestling. He's going to be able to stuff takedowns, I believe. I mean, if Nick Lentz can go out there and take down Evan Dunham over and over and over, that would be extremely surprising. Mark Bocek just, out-wrestled him. And Dunham has much better stand-up than Bocek. So I think this fight stays on the feet for a lot of times. Evan Dunham hitting him with strikes. And then I think if Nick Lentz is just relentless with the takedowns, I think Evan Dunham decides to go for takedowns on his own. Like he says, all right, well, if we're going to do this, then I'm going to do it first. And I think Evan Dunham will start initiating the takedowns, and Nick Lentz won't be able to stop the takedowns. So anyways, I do have Evan Dunham winning. It is a platinum pick for Evan Dunham. Mike Russow versus John-Olav Einemo. Simple. Do not bet. Mike Russow, pretty solid middle of the pack. Non-top 10, maybe top 20 heavyweight. John-Olav Einemo out of the game for a long time. Russow's a grappler. John Einemo is a grappler. Trains with Golden Glory, so he's got some decent striking. At the end of the day, it's just... it's a do not bet, in my opinion. Same thing goes with Cub Swanson and George Roop. I don't know if I'll ever be able to tell you to put money or feel comfortable saying to put money on George Roop. It's just, George Roop is just such a hot and cold fighter. He's clearly not on certain people's levels, and he gets whooped, and then he's not on other people's levels, and he does all right, and then he beats. It's just... George Roop is somebody I do not think that I'm not going to put money on. I'm going to suggest that you do the same. For these two fights, if you did know, I do think Mike Russow will beat John-Olav Einemo to do not bet still. And George Roop, Cub Swanson, in my regular prediction fight video, I did pick George Roop, but I will not be putting any money on him. Just so you know, George Roop is an underdog. I do think that, non-betting wise, it is what it is. I think he'll win. So he is an underdog. If you feel like putting money on a couple underdogs, Demian Maia and George Roop are both underdogs. I am not telling you to do that. So just letting you know. Charles Oliveira versus Eric Wisely. This should be a complete and utter destruction of Eric Wisely. The money's not too good, so I mean, I think maybe you take... This is a diamond pick for Charles Oliveira, so maybe take Chael Sonnen, Rashad Evans, and Charles Oliveira, and put those together. If you're worried about Rashad Evans, then Chael Sonnen, Charles Oliveira, and Evan Dunham. I think those are solid 3-fight parlays where you end up, potentially being close to plus money on 3 pretty solid favorites. I think Charles Oliveira goes out there, is better at everything, and he ends up knocking out Eric Wisely probably in the first round. Actually, as I take a look at the card, Rashad Evans could definitely knock out Phil Davis. If he does, that'll be knockout of the night. Demian Maia, no. Chael Sonnen, no. Evan Dunham, no. Mike Russow, John-Olav. That's probably going to be submission in there if somebody does finish that. If George Roop beats Cub Swanson, that would be a knockout. But I think right here you're looking at your knockout of the night. Charles Oliveira, first round knockout over Eric Wisely. It is a diamond pick for Charles Oliveira, but if you're looking at a prop bet, you might want to look at that. All right, next fight, Shane Roller versus Michael Johnson. I do have Shane Roller winning this fight, and it is going to be a gold pick. I do think that Roller, he will try and get the fight to the ground. I think he'll be able to do so. If it does stay on the feet, I am confident also in Shane Roller's ability to potentially catch Michael Johnson on the feet. It's a close one here. Johnson has been improving his stand-up, pretty decent wrestling as well. But I do, in the end, think Shane Roller is going to be able to dictate where this fight goes. And wherever it goes, I think he will have the advantage. It is a gold pick for Shane Roller. Joey Beltran versus Lavar Johnson, two big, sloppy, powerful heavyweights. What does that mean? Do not bet. I did pick Joey Beltran in my regular predictions video. I'm staying away from this fight for money-wise. And lastly, Chris Camozzi over Dustin Jacoby. Pretty decent odds, I think. Let me see. Chris Camozzi minus 210, yeah. Anyways, I do think Chris Camozzi is going to win this fight. I think he's probably going to be better overall. Just a well-rounded fighter. He's, had more experience. Coming off a tough loss to Francis Carmel. I think Carmel, if I remember, he was just better on the feet. I don't think that's going to be the case here with Jacoby. It is going to be a gold pick for Chris Camozzi, and I think it will be a decision victory. So, yeah, knockout of the night. I'm going to go with... what did I say for knockout of the night? Charles Oliveira over Wisely. Fight of the night. That's a fight that's got to go on for a while. I'm not sure. If Michael Bisping is able to, that's just, I don't know. Fight of the night's a tough one. Nick Lentz, absolutely not. Russow, Einemo. Mike Russow versus Einemo could definitely be fight of the night if that fight goes on for a decent amount of time. But, Mike Russow is kind of just a big fat dude. But anyways, submission of the night. If Demian Maia is going to win that fight by anything, it'll be decision or submission. And if he wins by submission, it'll probably be the submission of the night. So anyways, there you go. Those are my picks for UFC on Fox 2. Pretty good card. And this is actually on Fox. I'll actually be doing my battles and stuff like that this weekend in Ottawa. But I'll be watching that somehow. I have to. MMA is important. Good luck. Peace.